157, 158, 159, 160. Sorry, I didn't didn't see you there. But welcome to GNN. I am Tapiwa Musvosvi, and yes, I am still here. In fact, nay, in fakati, you may be seeing a lot more of me. Why, you may ask? Because starting from May, GNN will be coming to you weekly. Oh yeah! Every Wednesday, GNN will be coming to you, so buckle up, everybody, and enjoy the ride. How about some news? We start off at the top, people. Oh yeah! I'm talking about the General Conference of the Seventh-day-Adventists, also known as GC. Now, we here at GNN cannot tell you a story from the top with me looking like this, and so I think it's time to get fancy. That's better. Now, we have exciting news, and it's not a drill. GC session is back on. Woohoo! Wait, what?
Read the script.
Okay, well, during the 2021 Spring Council meeting, the General Conference Executive Committee voted to hold a special GC session on January 18, 2020. The purpose of the one-day session is to amend the GC Constitution in order to allow future GC sessions to be held via digital means when unforeseen circumstances like COVID-19 do not allow for travel and huge gatherings. Okay! Oh, okay, great. This is huge because, as we all know, the previous session was postponed due to COVID-19, even though nobody let me know. GC, baby! Hello? Oh, come on! The Adventist churches under Secretary Hensley Maruvan reiterated that the current constitution stipulates that GC sessions and all voting must take place in person and on site. Amendments to the Constitution can only be made at a regular or a special GC session. In short, the proposed special session is in order. And to be honest, I feel like this change is needed. But I find it ironic how we're having to meet to tell us we don't have to meet to meet. Staying at the top, in an interesting turn of events, the last couple of weeks have been unprecedented to say the least, as two of the GC officers announced their retirement plans. Okay, you know how crazy this is, right? Okay, for those of you who might not understand, let me explain. Because at the top, we have the president, and then the secretary, and the CFO. So with the two leaving, Elder Ted Wilson basically remained by himself. And you know what? I'm just starting to think that maybe this clip-on tie is a bit childish for a serious situation like this. So, sorry. After almost 11 years at the General Conference, G.T. Ung announced his retirement would be effective from June 1. About a week later, Juan Prestol, who has served as the GC CFO from 2015, announced that he too would retire starting on August 1, 2021. GNN wishes them well as they transition into a new path in their life. So I'm sure you're wondering, what now, right? I mean, without the secretary and the CFO, it's just the president at the top. And you know what they say, it gets lonely up there. But have no fear, Mr. President, because it has been a busy week at the General Conference. Because Paul Douglas, who was the director of the General Conference Auditing Service, also known as GCAS, was voted as CFO, while South American Division President Ayrton Collar will be taking up a new position as the new Executive Secretary. So, all's well that ends well, as they say, and to read more about this, feel free to visit echo.sid.adventist.org. Recently, there was a gas explosion at Simbaradanga Children's Hospital where it destroyed the kitchen and injured about 3 people. Let's hear about this from our correspondent, Unique Zimuto, who sat down on a call with Salim.
Thank you so much for taking the time to have this interview. I can imagine it's not an easy time. But just quickly, Mrs. Farag, tell me a little bit about what happened at the children's home.
Our 2 cooks are in the hospital, so they haven't been able to talk, but they're quite badly burned. We know that it was some kind of a gas leak or something that happened.
Right.
But,
I see.
We don't know the actual cause. We're very, very sorry. We've never had a big problem at our orphanage in over 20 years. We've never had a disaster, and it is quite upsetting.
In 1998, Dr. Farag retired from service to the Seventh-day-Adventist East African Division in Zimbabwe after decades of service in health and wellness ministries. Dr. Farag and his wife Salim Farag founded the New Start Children's Home in 1999, which has been running for 21 years. The home cares for children affected by the HIV and AIDS pandemic and takes in abandoned babies. Recently, there was a gas explosion accident at the home which destroyed the kitchen and injured about 3 people. Local conferences have been putting resources together to support the children's home during such difficult times. Unique Zimuto, GNN, Zimbabwe.
Thank you, Unique, for that wonderful story. If you would like to contribute or help out in any way, please get in touch with us here at echo@sid.adventist.org, and we will make sure we will get you in touch with the right people. Tithing. Is it still necessary to return tithe? Do we have to do it even in this harsh economic circumstance? And is it like 10% for real, or can we round it up from like 9.5? If any of these thoughts have crossed your mind, you're in luck because I might have just found a product that can work for you.
Has your tithe and offering gotten low since the start of the pandemic? Are you not as active in returning anymore? Well, you're in luck. Introducing the all-new Tithe Monitor, an innovative new product that's been proven to work.
You can take out your phone, your iPad, your laptop, and use the information on the screen to transfer your tithes and offerings.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Thanks to the Tithe Monitor, I get reminded about when to pay my tithe for those times when I forget to. Is he still there?
Our research shows that a lot of Christians are paying their tithes and offerings only to impress other members as to how much they have. And so when the pandemic hit, they had nobody cheering them on and looking at them. And well, they stopped. We have engineered the Tithe Monitor to give such tithe payers the experience that they really desired. Thanks to the Tithe Monitor, people are excited to return their tithes again.
It works! Call 555 Collect now for your very own Tithe Monitor. That's 555-265-5328. Right now.
Okay, so now I'm going to do something that is a little different, but it's something that is needed. Now here at GNN, we do have fun with some of the stories that we tell, and we like to share lighthearted takes on different events, but sometimes there's something that happens that is absolutely disgusting and has no lighthearted take to it. It's just sad. That something happened when a 15-year-old by the name of Lufuno took her own life after being bullied and assaulted at her school. Now, this story is sad, and it upsets me on several levels because we already know the obvious, okay? A 15-year-old was bullied and beat up to a point where she took her own life. But we seem to forget something crucial. You know, as this story unfolded and as it was reported, I heard so many people asking questions. Questions like, where was the school? I heard that this wasn't the first time her parents had complained and the parents had spoken. Why was there no change? Questions like, where were the bully's parents? They haven't even gone to apologize to Lufuno's parents yet. I can't believe it. How dare they? There's even a clip that I saw online where a news reporter comes to the school and is standing outside and a bunch of kids rush her screaming, "Justice, justice." Now, I'm not here to say how ingenuine these children seemed in the video, because when it comes down to it, it's only them at the end of the day who will know how genuine they were. And I'm also not questioning or undermining the relevancy of these questions. In fact, these questions need answering. I want to know, okay? I want to know where the school was. I want to know where the bully's parents were. I would like to know, however, another question. Because as the actual assault happened, there was, where was that outrage? Because all I saw in the video was a bunch of kids pulling out their phones, filming as a bully hit and abused somebody to the point of suicide. And yes, the hashtags and the marches are amazing and everything, but would it be such a crazy idea to live in a world where, I don't know, it doesn't need to get to death for us to show what we believe in? I mean, it's so messed up because Lufuno said in her letter, where I find the strength to sit in class, where will I find the strength to sit in class, as they pointed and looked at me? They. Not just the bully, they. Everyone who was around her during that assault also failed her. And I'm sorry, because I might say something that might rub people the wrong way. And if this is going to rub you the wrong way, I'm sorry, but prayer is good and amazing, but it is just not enough. Now, don't get me wrong, because I don't want people to come to me with all kinds of questions, twisting my words, but I feel in a situation like this, let's pray about it is just not enough. It requires action. 15 years old, guys. It twists my brain, and I wonder at what point in our existence from the day we were born do we feel we have the right to injure someone and make their lives a living hell on purpose? How do we get to that point? Because as mind-numbing as this is to say, this is not the only case that this has happened. Bullying is everywhere, not just in schools, but at the workplace. Also on the internet, we talk of cyberbullying. It is literally everywhere. Now, what this story has done it has allowed the issue of bullying to be brought to the forefront. And if it was a situation maybe where the bullies outnumbered the bullied, then maybe I could wrap my mind around it. Maybe I could see the situation as being a hopeless situation and seeing that, the bullies are going to win. But based on the response of Lufuno's death, based on the outrage of her death, it would seem that there are more people that are better than the bully. So my question in all of this is, how can we then be losing a war where we greatly outnumber the enemy? And I guess it's just kind of messed up, the society that we live in, where we callously say things like, oh, they're just being kids, right? I guess it's messed up where it says it builds character, or this too shall pass. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, I don't know about you. Maybe it's just me. But if you have any kind of thought about this, comment on the comments below, because as I am right now, I don't see how we can keep going on like this. And if we continue going on like this, Unfortunately, this hashtag will just be one preceding the next. Stay tuned as we have a guest on the show. Our next guest just won the Global Youth Storytelling Award for his documentary, Mass Drug Administration. Take a look. Hello and welcome, Mr. Kudzai Tinago. How are you?
I'm fine, Tapiwa. How are you?
I'm all right. Thanks. Thank you very much for taking your time to be with us here today.
I'm very grateful, and also thank you for this opportunity.
Now, before we continue, I think congratulations are in order for the amazing documentary that you did. So it's huge congratulations for you and the team. That's awesome work that you've been doing.
Thank you very much, Tapiwa. I'm one lucky guy, one blessed guy, and I'm grateful to God for the talent that He gave me.
That is awesome. Now, to start off, just for someone who is seeing you for the first time, can you please explain a little bit about yourself, who you are, how you got started?
Okay. To start, my name is Kudzai Tinago. I'm a digital storyteller. I use film and photography to tell stories of many people in our country. I run my own media company called Tithe Media that focuses on more of commercial work. But on personal level, I pursue humanitarian aid, photography, and filming. So I started my passion and career in 2016 when I graduated from college in 2015. In 2016, I started serving ADRA as a volunteer. Then when they saw my interest in photography and filming as well as writing, because I'm a prolific writer, I really love writing, they then promoted me to be a junior communications officer for ADRA Zimbabwe. Then I started working and serving for ADRA Zimbabwe 2016 and 2017. Now in 2017, I got an opportunity to meet one of my finest mentors. It's called Ajay. He works for ADRA International. He came to Zimbabwe to do a documentary in this country. So when he came, I spent only a week with him in the field. Man, that was a rude awakening. He taught me a lot of things. He mentored me, and above all, he motivated me to follow my passion. Because, man, look, I didn't have a qualification on media. It was following it out of my heart, because at college I had studied psychology. And that time I was just somebody who was pushing for passion. Then he motivated me to say, my guy, if you follow your heart, if you follow your passion and do everything with all your strength and might, putting your mind on one thing, you'll definitely get where you want to be. So I started pushing, and then in 2018, that's when I started my own company, Tithe Media, and I also participated in one of the first contests that I participated in. Was a UNFPA contest on sexual and health reproduction short films. I also submitted my short film. It was called Speak Out, and to my amazement, it was the best short film in the country, and I was so excited, so energized to keep on working hard. So I started working a lot harder to pursue my passion in my career. And as I pursued that, I remember in 2019 with ADRA, I went to Chimanimani, where the disaster area, which was hit by Cyclone Idai. I spent much of my time there. And then when I came back in 2020, I was revamped with more energy and more ideas. I then pushed to enter into an international festival, European Film Festival, where I submitted my documentary, and thank God, it became the best documentary in the country. And I was so excited, got prizes and recognition in my own country. But my work didn't stop there. I started learning new things and, of course, acquiring new equipment to better my skills. And sometime in 2020, that's when I first engaged with United Nations, working with WHO, and then later on working with UNICEF. Now coming to the award that I recently won. I recently got the second best video on neglected tropical disease, which is an international award participated by many people around the globe. I just submitted my work. I didn't know I was going to make it up there, but well, through the Lord's blessing, I made it, and my documentary was published in our country from the local newspapers, the local television. It's all over, and I'm so excited and grateful to God for these blessings.
Well, I mean, based on everything that we see, I don't blame him for that huge honor that you have gotten. I mean, it's an incredible production, and from where you began, essentially, to winning these multiple awards that you have had, I'm sure there have been hardships that you have faced. And that goes along with a lot of people who are trying to get in the industry, especially, young African kids with a lot of things kind of pushing back against them. Going through all that you have gone through to where you are now, is there any advice that you could give to some of these kids?
Yes, of course. Following passion is insanity. It's crazy. When people look at it, they'll be like, what is this guy doing? It's not easy to follow passion because it doesn't make sense. The norm is to get a formal job and start working there. But the challenge is to get moral support. And I'm so grateful I got moral support. And of course, the prices of those things, the cameras and all the equipment. It's crazy. The prices are ridiculous. It's expensive. So these are the challenges that one can face in this industry. But my advice is start where you are, use what you have, and never stop clicking the shutter button. Click it every day and make yourself better every day.
Wonderful words of advice. Now, before you leave, we just need to know what you're currently doing, what your future plans are, what you're excited about, for anyone who's watching, where they can get hold of your stuff and see more of the things that you do.
Okay. For my social space, look for Kudzai Tinago Tigzozo or Kudzai Tinago Tigs on social media. There you'll find the works that I'm doing. I'm engaged with the UN, UNICEF, WHO, and many other organizations in the country. And that's where you can find my work. So what you have to expect from me, it's film and documentaries this year. Currently, I'm scripting a very powerful story about drug abuse in the country. Watch the space. It's coming. And it's going to be mind-blowing. And I also have other projects that I'm doing, which I'm also going to share links on my social spaces with the United Nations.
Man, and you know what? All the good that is coming your way after all that hard work is well deserved. We here at GNN are very, very happy for you, and we wish you all the best. Thank you very much, Kudzai, for joining us on this episode.
Thank you very much, Tapiwa. Salute.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you, Kudzai, for being part of GNN. It's an amazing project that you're a part of, and we wish you all the best in all that you're doing. Inspirational indeed. However, we've come to the end of GNN. Now, don't be sad, because if you want to read more stories, you can go to echo.sid.adventist.org, or if you want to email us and just maybe tell me how your day is going, or whatever you want to email us about, you can email us, echo@sid.adventist.org. Until next time, this is Tapiwa Musvosvi for GNN saying, wait a minute. Okay. Okay. I still don't know what I'm saying, but I will get something. All right. Cheers.